ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Evenings with Kirk and Murray. I'm Kirk. Good evening. This guy's Murray. So we've been off for a while, eh?
We have, yeah. Happy New Year.
2020, can you believe it?
I can't.
We're like in Blade Runner right now, I think.
Back to the Future was 5 years ago.
Oh shit, yeah. Marty,
Like,
something happened to your
when
kids.
They go to the future, yeah, that was 5
Whatever
years
happened
ago.
to
It's
his
crazy.
kids in that movie?
I'm still waiting for all that shit.
Yeah.
We were on a little bit of a hiatus. I've been a little busy,
Mm-hmm.
Doing things. And
We both went underground for a while.
I'd like to go underground.
Yeah. Just never be seen.
Like, just off the radar.
Off the grid. Never be seen.
Off the grid, yeah.
And just show up when, like...
I don't, like, underground, though. Like, you don't mean, like, really underground.
Yeah,
like,
more
living
metaphorically.
in the sewers like a Ninja Turtle?
We could do both.
If I could find, a place, like, where they lived and, like,
yeah,
one of the, like, the nice subway layer, maybe?
Yeah, like, real estate agent, like, what are you looking for? Nice subterranean
I don't like spiders
layer.
and bugs, though.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure a rat doesn't really spook the turtles.
Yeah, they live with a lot of filth.
Yeah, well, they're turtles.
They're for sure really smelly. Do you ever smell the turtle like pen thing?
But they're not civilized like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I don't know. They hang with a rat, too.
Right.
And rats are pretty disgusting.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
And, get this, they're teenagers.
Hence the Teenage Mutant.
Yeah, so they're just gross. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been having, I think, like, an okay year. I've been like sick a little bit, you know. Like, there's a lot of germs to be had on the Toronto subway right now. It's like,
oh God. Yeah, no, everybody's sick. I got it. I was sick for a bit in December. But yeah, everybody's just dropping, man.
yeah.
I don't know. It's winter.
My mom always
I had
told
my
me-
flu shot though.
Oh, I didn't get a flu shot. I don't think
I get them.
My mom gives the flu shot, but I haven't gotten it yet.
I think you're supposed to get a flu shot.
She tells me that. She doesn't live in the same city as I do, so she can't like just mail it to me or anything. I gotta go somewhere.
See, I'd mail it to you.
You mail it to me and give me instructions.
I'd mail it to you. I'd be like, just get it in you.
What if I'm like, well, I just watched Pulp Fiction, so I think I
Just
know
don't
how this...
do it on the street next to a cop.
Oh, no, it's not what you think it is.
Yeah, don't do that.
What if I do it Pulp Fiction style, right in the chest?
Don't heat the spoon first. Like, just don't do things.
If I do like the little like marker and stab myself in Pulp Fiction, like, you know? Right
I
to the
wouldn't
heart.
recommend doing that in public.
I wouldn't do it to the heart, probably.
I just wouldn't do it.
I think you get it in the...
Or people would think you're diabetic.
Yeah, I mean, it's reasonable. I look like I could have diabetes, maybe. It's potential. Every time I've joked about having diabetes, thinking like it's not that likely, people are always like, "Oh, that must be hard," you know. So it's like, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's like you make a joke. People are like, "Oh, I can believe it."
Yeah, it's like not like it's not. It's
Or
like,
so
it's
like,
funny.
what if somebody's like,
It's funny because,
dude, I knew it the minute.
I sense
You know
your
what I
low
mean?
energy coming.
No, just like, oh yeah, you make a joke like, oh yeah, like me with diabetes, be like, oh yeah, man, I fucking knew it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Makes sense.
No, I don't actually have it. Yeah, it makes totally makes sense about you, dude.
Yeah, you're for sure type 2.
You know what's funny? I'm always tired because I like that's just how
you're
I roll.
hustling, you know.
I hustle, but yeah, I went to the doctor because like I'm always tired, and yeah, I'm like, I want a test, right? So they do the tests, and then he's like, everything's fine, you're fine, and I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, he's like, your sugar levels are good, like everything's good, you know, and I'm like, are you sure I don't have diabetes? And he's like, no.
You just need
Would you
sleep.
like diabetes?
Would you like diabetes?
I'm like,
no, thanks.
I'm probably the first patient he's ever had that's disappointed not to have like a good result.
You just want to know there's probably something wrong with me. And you just want to to be
Like,
identified.
I'm not a hypochondriac saying
Yeah.
let's find something.
So it's just like existential dread of my life is what's dragging me down. Maybe it's like that's like what's dragging me.
Yeah, I'm just, fuck.
I was like heavier for a while, and I got the whole thing done at the doctor's because people were like, "And this is the time he's gonna have a little tricky blood sugar, or like whatever heart stuff." And I think I was a clean bill of health too, and the guy kind of seemed
Did you
surprised.
just say heart stuff or hard stuff?
Oh, heart stuff. So it was all all the tests, like how's your
I was like, hard stuff.
all
What
your
hard stuff?
cholesterol, your heart, like blood
Yeah, I
pressure,
gotcha.
blah. It was like across the board, all the numbers.
Do you want to know the answers though?
Well, I was only given like one thing they said I could work on, and it was like I had I think it was the good or the bad. There's a cholesterol level was a little bit off, so he said you just need to exercise more. So I think he had to find something to justify me being that big. He was like, because everything else looked pretty good. And I was like, oh, I can just be this way.
That's good.
And then yeah, but it was
you
like
mean I could just act like this?
I can just say 315.
Well, regardless of weight, like just anytime you go. I don't like test results. Like so they go now and they say you can have your results on the internet.
Oh yeah, my blood test is like that.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they're like, oh, if you sign up, like we'll send you an email when your results are done, and you can log in and you can see them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why do I want to do that? Like, I'd just my doctor will to call me, right? Like, or I'll go for the follow up.
Yeah.
Because like I go see the guy after a couple weeks, anyways, for like those results and anything else. It's just a follow up exam. It's not bad. It's just everybody does it, and that's when he talks to you about stuff. And I'm like, I'd rather do that because like I'd rather get bad news from him
instead of misreading it myself.
instead of seeing it on the screen and going,
Yeah.
"What the fuck does that mean?"
Well, it's in red too. That's not good.
Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand what that is. Like,
Yeah.
is this wrong? Bad? Like, then I'm on Google. Like, this all just leads down a bad rabbit hole.
So I call my mom in those cases because she can tell me what the things mean. Because all those blood tests tell you if you're in the normal zone.
No, right, but
I just go, what's an RDC or something? And she's like, oh, that's like your this or that. And I'm like, mine's 0.2 higher than it should be. And she's like, that's fine. I'm like, okay, good.
No, right, but I'd rather just go to the doctor. Like, because I don't have to decipher all that. Because I might be out of the optimal range, or I might be like, who knows? You fluctuate, right?
Are you afraid
But
of your
he
own
might be-
bedside manner? You're like, how do I break this to myself?
Yeah, I don't want to have to do that.
You're like,
So I
sorry.
figure the doctor, if you're, like you're pretty good, but you're not great, but you're there, but you know what, you're not dying. Like, he'll just he has a way of saying, you're good, that's fine, you're good, this is great. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. So I'm okay. Yeah, you're fine. I'll see you in a year. That gives me full confidence at that point that I'm good and I've got a year in me at least. Hey,
Yeah.
that's great. But because if I get anything online, what am I going to do? I'm going to go on the internet and I'm calling the doctor anyways, saying, what does this mean?
Yeah.
And I'm going to go talk to him about it anyways. So why give me the added stress for the week or 2 weeks that I'm waiting to go see the guy? Just fucking... There's too much access, man. There's too much access. Why do I gotta fucking access my blood work?
Freedom of information.
Fuck that nonsense, man.
Yeah. I've misdiagnosed myself twice in the last year. So I had like a sciatica nerve, which I mistook for testicle pain that I thought was an STD. And then that didn't happen. And the other one was I had back pain in a specific spot on my side, and I thought that was kidney stones. So I led myself, but that was just back pain. But I led myself to believe that these things were totally way worse. I was like, oh man, like I didn't think that like a leg joint or a leg nerve could affect your balls, but apparently it can. It can send pain because it's all connected down there. But I was like, I looked up on like Google ball pain, right? And it's like, you might have an STD.
I think you would have got some weird results, buddy.
I was like, what have I been doing?
Some dungeon shit.
It's just what happens when you, because they think if you're talking about your balls particularly, it's probably you have something go wrong with your balls overall, you know? But, you know, things got things got bunged up down there, I think, you know? I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
So I've learned that I'm
a lot
not
of people think
smart
they
enough.
have sciatica. I don't know if it's all. A lot of people that I know are like, I have sciatica, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think that you do, because I know somebody that has had it or has bouts of it,
Yeah.
and they've had it diagnosed. Like they go to the doctor. Like they've it's, I believe it, and I've seen what it can do, or it really immobilizes somebody. Not just inconveniences someone for a little while. And I get that there's different degrees of it. But then I talk to somebody's like, oh, yeah, my sciatica. And I'm like, oh, no shit. So that's diagnosed? They're like, well, no. And I'm like, so you have nothing. You have nothing to me right now because no medical professional has told you that. So right now, you're just sore or have done something. And until you have that diagnosis from a medical professional, you're not, you're just something wrong. We don't know what.
Yeah.
But once that comes in, have a seat, buddy.
A chiropractor told me I didn't know what that was. Because I had like a disc thing pop out or something. Or
A chiropractor?
Well, I had a disc issue, so I pulled my back.
But are they real?
Yeah, they're real, I guess. So yeah, she told me that, like, I think that was a certain point my back went out, and she was helping with that. And all of a sudden then I got this, like, one night I was just laying down,
lower,
like trying to get
a little lower.
And she's like, flip over now. No. But it was like...
towel or no towel?
No, I had to wear, like, kind of like shorts. She's like always made sure
a rubber suit.
She didn't want none of the flapping bits, so she wanted to make sure I was covered in all circumstances. So she was very professional. Or I was just
that sucks, buddy.
I might have been undesirable. I don't know.
Well, that just.
I mean, I'm not like maybe I'm not good enough for. I don't know. I'm not getting into this. But
well,
anyway.
see, is that like a challenge for people? Like, I'm not, or is that like a weird like Me Too thing? Because if you go to one of these appointments and you're confused, like, do you know what I mean?
What?
Like, if you go to like an appointment as a guy, like not me, but
and a woman just touches you, you're just like, that's good, you know, or what?
Or you go, no, like like you said, like you're getting whatever. Oh no, this is a doctor.
Yeah, she was like,
okay, you're not looking for the special with the doctors.
Her name was Dr. Galata, I believe.
You don't need to know her name.
She kind of sounded like...
This isn't an advertisement.
She kind of looked and sounded like Gal Gadot.
Well, in that case...
Yeah. She was all right. But, again, she was strictly professional. I mean, I wouldn't have... Like, I looked at it, like, not from the point of that she was a woman or, like, cute. I was like, I accepted...
Well, sounds like you did.
Well, I know she was, but I was like, when I was getting treatment, I was like, I'm accepting that she's just, like, has to do stuff. But then she threw in the extra layer of
she
like...
She does have to do stuff. She's a doctor.
No, but like she has to like throw in the more professional stuff.
A chiropractor.
Yeah, well, she's still a doctor.
I think they're not doctors.
No, she was. I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to...
I don't know if they are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
I just know that's what was on the card,
So you have somebody... Fine, you qualify because she's as close to a doctor as you can get.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about people who just talk to a guy at a coffee shop.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just saying...
Oh, it's got to be sciatica, bud.
No, I was hearing your rant, and I just wanted to clear my name. He's like, I don't want you to think I'm one of those
No, I'm just saying, like, somebody who's like, yeah, you're riding the bus, and you're like, oh, fuck. And somebody sitting across from you is like, must be sciatica, pal.
I think I
do
that with
right.
like
I
mental
Googled
problems
that,
sometimes. Like I'm always judging people and how they act, like what their mental health is like. I'm just trying to diagnose because it helps me understand people. Because if like someone's an asshole, but if I give them a backstory why I think they're an asshole potentially, then it makes me accept them faster. Whereas like if people are just like weird, and I'm just like, oh, they suck, and then I don't really think about like why they might, and then I don't have any empathy for them. Whereas if I give someone something, even if maybe it's wrong, at least in my brain, I'm trying my best to like, I give them a symptom, and I'm like, or a diagnosis, and I'm like, hey, you just have OCD. I get it. Whereas they may not have OCD. It's just more like my way of, categorizing them.
See, for me, it just gets worse.
If you know what they have.
Well, no, I just be like, oh, yeah, that guy's an asshole because you know what I mean? Look at him. Probably, blah, blah. And then I realize that's probably exactly why he's an asshole. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what a prick. You know what I mean? Like,
good. You're a dick.
Yeah. And I'm like, good.
Good
I'm
for
glad
you.
your wife left you drunk.
Yeah. The more I find out about you, the more I...
And the more I think about this, the more I hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. I don't know how we got on this topic.
Yeah. No, it's just like how
2020.
2020 is here and it's now. We're like, how many weeks
Which
in?
is weird because, like, wasn't it just like 90?
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember 1990
Or
very
like
well.
2000. Like, I mean, it feels like
and
it's
2000
that's 20 years ago, man. Like, it's nuts.
Decades don't mean anything anymore.
Nothing means anything anymore to anybody.
Remember, 2000 kind of meant something.
In the year
And then
2000.
In the year 2000.
With the flashlight.
But they kept doing that for like 8 more years after.
It's a good act.
It's a good bit.
Yeah, for sure.
And
it's 2020. I don't know. It's nothing matters, man. It's 2020. What are you looking forward to in 2020? Is there anything specific that's got your attention that's like, you know what, this is a good year? See, for me, there is, but it's all like entertainment related. Like, it's like...
I think I saw it already today. I think it's the perfect thing that I like. Is NHL skills competition at the All-Star game. And they're shooting
2021.
And they're shooting pucks from the stands into tiny nets for like a competition.
That's actually pretty cool.
It was amazing.
Were you looking forward to that, or that just
happened?
I thought and
was...
you were like, "Hey, this is cool," and it happens to be happening in the year 2000. No, 2020, not the year
2020. In the year 2020. No, I think I thought about it, and I thought it was gimmicky, the idea. So I wasn't really necessarily looking forward to it until I watched it today. And I was like, this was great. And then Brett Hall shot it, and he missed, and I laughed.
Brett Hall?
Because he's from St. Louis, right? Like, for the team. So they, like, let some of their
old
alumni play in some of the skills competition.
Cool.
You know who took a slap shot? Got 100 miles per hour today?
Al McInnes.
Al McInnes,
no
baby.
No way.
He took a slap shot.
And it went 100.
And there were some guys who didn't get 100, who were, like, current NHL players.
Well, do they all get 100 now?
I think 100's pretty much standard in that one. But like there was one.
Because like before,
there was someone
it was like a big deal.
Yeah, because he was the 100 guy, and then Shea Weber won with like 106.
He's always been.
He had the power. But I thought that was cool. It was something like maybe like I wasn't looking forward to.
That's
but like,
not really what I meant though.
But you mean like something that's gonna happen this year?
Like you just tuned in and it happened.
But it's something I didn't know that I'd like, that I loved. It made me happy. It was just fun.
It doesn't have to do with anything. Well, yeah.
It's more like, I think
you can look back if you're going to say in 2021,
yeah.
You know, 2020 was great because of the skills contest.
Because Mitch Marner shot a puck from the stands and got in a tiny net.
Sad year.
Well, I mean, so far, there hasn't been a lot of stuff to look forward to.
Well,
it was one of those things that I was just happy that it existed.
I'm looking forward
and
to.
It was fun.
I'm looking forward to a couple things. I'm looking forward to. A couple things have already happened. Like Bad Boys 3, that came out.
Bad Boys for Life.
I gotta see that. I haven't seen it yet. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you think 18 years ago or 17 years ago, the last movie came out, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, I mean, 2020. So there's a positive there. It's all like callbacks, so maybe that's why I'm looking forward to 2020. This new Star Trek show with Patrick Stewart, Star Trek Picard, that just came out. That's great.
Yeah.
Been looking forward to that. What else? Ghostbusters movies coming out this year. There's a bunch of movie things that I'm kind of really looking forward to.
But they're all things that you like from your life that they're attempting to do the right way this time, maybe, or what?
Yeah, they're all things from a period of time in my life that I liked.
But it's hitting you in nostalgia, kind of like center, you know?
Well, fuck. If I like a donut shop or if I like a certain food, I eat it again. I want more of it.
Yeah, I remember.
So these shows or movies or things that I enjoyed then, I want more of it. So, this is nice to know. It's like kind of getting the McRib back.
Yeah. I always remember there was this Canadian coffee chain that used to have really quality coffee and donuts.
I don't remember what they are. I don't know what happened to them.
And I've heard that they kind of went too far making new products, and then people want them to go back to their old roots, making sweet coffee and donuts and Tim little bits maybe.
Donut holes.
That's what they're called. Yeah, I forgot. Or what's the?
I just don't know the name of the shop.
Yeah. Do you know Dunkin' Donuts? Do you know what they're called there? They're called Munchkins.
Oh, really? I thought it was called Teabaggers.
They're just called droplets. They're called donut drops, donut dumps.
No, I thought the restaurant chain had changed their name to Teabaggers. It used to be Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know if they still exist. Here.
No, I don't think they exist as much in Canada, really. But they're pretty big in the States. They're like the American version of our current.
I think the States settle for like a lower grade everything.
Yeah.
I think they're ready to just drink shitty coffee and eat shitty donuts from shitty places.
Yeah.
That are well, you know what? Then again, or maybe they're delicious and just totally way more unhealthy than what we get here.
Yeah. Apparently,
like Krispy Kreme, that's an American chain, and I know those donuts are not good for you.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
They're great.
But I'll only eat one for sure, and be like, okay, I can't eat more.
Yeah.
Where I'm pretty sure in the States, I'd be like, oh.
They're like Lay's potato chips. You got to eat like a whole box.
But that's how they sell them, in a box, right? They sell you a big box, a dozen donuts, they put them right there. You're like,
but you can watch them being made on a conveyor belt. Like they put the jism on it, and it goes through, and you're like watching it get all frosted,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I just think they get shittier versions of everything. Or they get really good versions, and then we get the shitty version that's healthier, and that's why it's a shittier version.
It has to pass Canadian health
standards.
It has
to pass, yeah. There has to be some sort of a law or standard to feed it to humans, where they have to remove a lot of things, and they're like, here you go, and it's doesn't taste the same. They're like, but it won't kill you. Yeah. And in the States, they're like, fuck it, and just fucking give it to me.
Don't you put the nutrition values on there.
Don't you fucking do that.
These Canadians are putting the calories and nutrition on their
Canadians and all their fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking ruining it for us with their fucking gun laws and shit.
And then they're promising people healthcare on top of that.
Fucking healthcare and gun laws and fucking FDA safety shit. Or what do we have up here? What are they called?
Oh, I don't know.
Food, down there it's the Food, Drug Administration, the FDA. Up here it's fucking something else.
We don't hear about it because it's not fucking us over. It's not fucking us over. We are.
They just do their job.
Things are just run properly here, so you just don't hear it in the news.
They tell us hey, don't drink the milk.
There's steroids in your. There's a little bit of steroids in your milk. We're gonna hold it back. In the States, it's why does that 10-year-old have boobs?
There's some guy at a fucking truck stop just drinking a big glass of milk, fucking neck muscle bulging out of his fucking skull, out of his side. Fucking milk is fucking delicious. Just fucking ripped. You know what I mean?
It's like the twin they absorbed in the...
What gym do you go to? I just fucking drink milk, bud.
What if what if the milk has so much steroids, if you had absorbed a twin in the womb, it just comes alive and grows out of you? That'd be pretty cool.
Fucking Arnold?
Yeah, it just grows out of you at some point. It reanimates a dead fetus. So much steroids.
Sorry, everybody. I'm just checking some online bets that I'm getting notified about.
Yeah, so you're in the betting scene as well?
Loosely. Yeah, it's something I partake in periodically.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Lakers are coming back. So,
Oh yeah. I won money on them the other night. They played. I think. Who were they playing? I don't really follow basketball, but like I think I told you like earlier. It's like for some reason I'm good at betting on basketball because I have no favoritism. I think I just see who's a better team and
I
just bet on.
don't favorite any team ever when I put money on them, but I like look at statistics, like
Can I tell you about a?
not just wins and losses and where they are in the standings.
Can I tell you
Like
about?
I look at like
can I-
advanced stats. Like I go in and
Yeah.
then I'll make a selection.
Can I tell you
Then
about
I bet
a
multiples.
dumb bet I made recently?
Donald Trump re-election.
No, it happened about a week or two ago. I put money on a certain fight, certain cowboy UFC fighter.
I don't follow UFC.
So there's this guy named Conor McGregor, right?
Yeah, he
Potentially one of the better UFC guys of whatever
Didn't he
generation.
win?
So I bet against that guy, thinking like, yeah, he's kind of near the end of his career.
I don't think he is.
His hair is red. Maybe he's not, has enough nutrition or whatever. And I was like, yeah, he's probably gonna lose to this cowboy guy. He seems like the better dude. And he won in 40 seconds. So that's like so now I'm just realizing I'm not very good at this stuff.
40 seconds.
40 seconds.
Hey, man. You know what? He'd probably beat me in 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying nothing, but I just don't follow UFC. Nor will I ever put money on it. I'm not putting money on fights.
Yeah.
Just not doing it.
I just was like, this is fun, and I had a reason to watch it. Because otherwise I wouldn't have watched it. I was like, no, this was dumb. This is like the fastest I've ever really lost money in my life.
You know the fastest you can lose money, though, if you really want to?
Mm-hmm.
Virtual dog racing.
Oh, yeah.
Just fake dogs. Then they go... and there's a race every 30 seconds.
That's
It's
like
fucking
that...
bang, 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 bang.
Did you ever do that bet thing? Not a bet thing, but it's a ticket thing when you're a kid. It's like impossible to win. It's like lights that go around a circle, and you got to hit a button to land on the thing to get tickets. Like at
Yeah. It's
that,
like
arcade.
Stacker, yeah.
Those arcade things.
Yeah.
And it's impossible.
Oh, no, I've done it, yeah.
Yeah, like it's one of those sort of
And
things.
you get up there and then they fucking... Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you've lost money on the fight.
Mm.
But,
And the Toronto Maple Leafs have done me wrong recently.
they're doing everybody wrong now.
Yeah.
They
Just trying to parlay that.
You can't bet hockey.
Yeah.
You can't bet hockey. I say this to everybody. It's too all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fucking Leafs. What else? What else is going on, man? 2020.
Yeah, I was just trying to have more excitement in my life, Like I got nothing. I guess
Like
kind of
shake and bake instead of plain.
Panko. Like fuck Panko.
Yeah, panko.
You can go fuck yourself, Panko.
Fuck you, panko.
Fuck you.
Do something new.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to I don't know, trying to find some new thrills in life, without without extending myself too far.
I got you.
Are you doing anything new this year to new routines or anything?
I'm not playing. Well, I'm not planning on it. I've said 2020 is the year for serious in shape again.
Oh yeah, same. I'm I think I'm in shape.
I just keep getting
in some ways.
derailed. I start doing it or
Mm-hmm.
going to the gym and starting to do everything right or the way that I used to be and then shit just comes up and it's just a shit show, shit storm, and I just I get tired. I just can't find the time, right? Even just seeing you or doing something like this, just no time, no free time, and it's like
yeah, this almost didn't happen.
It's just that's my life.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Yeah.
Boom! When I can get a minute, and I have had minutes, but then you're not available, right?
Yeah. It's hard to get an evening together with Kirk and Murray sometimes. Evenings. Yeah.
See, that's why it's evening. It's not evening.
Yeah. We hope for plural.
Yeah, but I'm back. We're back. I think I'm stabilized enough now. Work and stuff. But yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, I guess my main goal for 2020 is to work on my back into more comedy career, I guess,
Yeah.
So I decided I don't want to work in an ice rink for the rest of my life.
Well, hey, man. You know what? Maybe you can work your way into the Maple Leafs ice rink.
I think I could be one of those shovel guys at the rink.
What about like the announcer?
Oh, like Andy Frost?
Is he still there?
No, I think he got fired.
Well, too bad.
Yeah, too bad for Andy.
I feel I could do that job.
Yeah, no, I was trying to tell
Like,
someone that
goal
like,
scored by number 13, Matt Sundin.
Matt Sundin.
And I wish it was Matt Sundin.
Yeah. No, I think I was telling someone that like they're like, you have a nice voice, and I was saying, oh, I do a podcast, and they're like, oh, cool, but I'm like I really don't really like my voice, but I like your voice, and I was trying to do an impression of you, and it came off terrible.
You were doing an impression of the person.
Of you. They're like, because I was telling.
So somebody said you have a nice voice, and you were like, no, you have a nice voice.
No, I was
and then
saying.
you started doing an impression of them to them.
No. I was doing an impression of you. Because they said, you have a nice voice, you must do like radio or something. And I'm like, no, I do a podcast, but my friend Murray, who I do it
Oh,
with,
me? I thought you meant that. Okay.
No, I said I really like his voice. I'd rather listen to
appreciate
his voice instead of mine. If I had your voice, I'd be like, ladies, bedroom, me and you. Okay,
Yeah,
all
but
right.
then when you do it, it sounds stupid.
And then I do that, and
then
I
the
just
women,
deepen
they're
my
just
voice
like,
a little
yeah,
bit, and
no,
I sound
stop
like an
talking.
idiot. Yeah, like I was like, you just trust me. He's got a better voice than me.
Me talking has probably talked more women out of the bedroom than into the bedroom.
Hey,
You know what I mean? There's that fine line of shut up. But,
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. I
Yeah,
get the
you
picture.
just shut up. Just, yeah, it's at a certain point, just the,
I can't talk people into doing anything, going or staying.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. The, man, there was one thing. It'll come back to me. The, oh, what the fuck? I was just about to say something to you. You're talking about,
Dream donuts.
no, not the donuts. It was year related. Oh, how do you feel about Nickelback?
I would have liked a quarterback.
They're touring again.
Oh, they're touring with another band, right?
They're touring and they're playing the entire All the Right Reasons album. So it's the All the Right Reasons tour.
Yeah.
Which was their big album from 15 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of something. It's kind of like.
So
how
they're
does
touring with
Stone Temple Pilots.
no. Is it
I think it's
STP?
Stone Temple Pilots, but of course Scott Whalen is not going to be there. He's dead.
STP or somebody
Yeah.
like that.
No, it is Stone. It's what it is. It's Stone Temple Pilots, but obviously it's not the Scott Whalen version.
I mean, unless they're gonna do, maybe they do a hologram.
Hologram.
James photographing a hologram.
Evanescence.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I like to go to some concerts this year. I don't think
I've heard
going
Nickelback
to,
is
but-
not like a bad live band. I had tickets for them once, but I couldn't go. It was like an outdoor festival thing, but at that time, people were really excited to see them.
I've seen them a bunch of times. I'm not ashamed to admit that I like some of their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they might have a bad rap, kind of going.
Oh yeah. Well, they
I-
wrote mainstream popular, and it's the joke for some people's it all sounds the same, and so it's all right. And then I don't know. That was after I was already listening to them.
Yeah,
But no, I've seen them a few times, and they're decent live. They're not bad. They do pyro and everything, and it's a good time. But yeah, some people I know were against them, and then they saw them live, and they're a good live band.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know really what's going on there.
Yeah, there's there's definitely worse bands than Nickelback, I think. Or if you go into the non-rock genre, pop artists, your Biebers and your whatevers, you got some shit right there.
I don't know what's going on with music. I have no idea anymore. It's people are well, you're old. I'm yeah, well, man, fuck. It's not even that. It's just I listen to the radio.
Mm-hmm.
all the stations I've always listened to. It's just the shit on it sucks. And I'm like, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't listen to it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I can find stuff I like, but then there's like it's become a point where like it's just far from the mainstream, you know? It's weird. Like I think this music that I listen to now would be like it would have been popular like 5 or so years ago, it would be mainstream. But now it's just like because it's not hip hop and it's not like trance pop or whatever or like dream pop. It's like no one gives a shit.
Dream pop.
You know, like Billie Eilish or some shit like that.
Who?
You know Billie Eilish?
Billy Idol?
Eilish? Let's put her picture there. So it's like she's that like the bad guy, you know, like I'm a bad.
Oh, it's a girl.
Guy. Yeah. So it's like she's like a depressed teen basically who's like singing.
Oh, she's not old.
No, she's like 19 or something.
No, I'm not listening to a 19-year-old depressed girl. What do I have in common with her?
Well, she's like the voice for all the weirdos now. You know how we had Marilyn Manson when we were growing up?
I didn't listen to Marilyn Manson.
But then we had that for like
I
weird...
knew like, some of the tunes that Marilyn Manson had, but
it's kind of weird because like I don't think the music is that great, but I think it's the personality that kind of drives the fandom because she's like that weird outlier in the sea of all like the pop people who are all like
for now.
Yeah, for now. But then but she got like I guess compared to Nirvana a lot, even though her music because it's more like but it's nowhere as near as culturally impactful as Nirvana.
That was Nirvana started a grunge era, right?
Yeah, but I don't know what she started. It's
Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden started grunge. For the most part, as far as I know,
they ended hair metal with like one
yeah,
song.
They basically ended big hair, which was weird because it was 92.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Which is there was this weird clashing. That was a weird time for music.
Yeah,
I'll admit it. Like I remember, I was young, but I remember like the weird. What was popular and like what was good but not popular, and then the shit that was like everybody listened to, but everybody denies liking it, but it was fucking on everybody was listening to it, like it was just always on. And
I don't remember what it was like then.
No, you wouldn't,
because I think like my life was so controlled because I was very small then. Like so I eventually heard Nirvana because my brother was a bit older. But like
they would have been.
We all had like we would get like one tape or one CD, and that was your CD for the year. So like,
but they would have been done like long gone by the time you.
Well, I think they were done in '94 because that's when.
No, that's what I mean.
So I would have been like I would have been 9.
I was still listening to them.
Remember the first time someone said, "Oh, like my name's Kirk," and they're like, "Oh, like Kurt, like Cobain," and I'm like,
totally different palette.
Like who's that? Is he like old or something? And it was like, and they're like, no, Nirvana, and like, and it just missed me. And then my brother at the same time, he was just like getting into their stuff, and he was about closer to a teenager. But like, I kind of learned it through him. But like, cause it kind of passed me. I remember hearing on like TV, this guy killed himself, and that's pretty much it.
I don't understand the whole like everybody like. There's fans of all of those bands, like obviously Pearl Jam, Soundgarden.
Yeah.
And Nirvana. I would say out of all of them, I would say I'm probably the most. I was probably like a Pearl Jam guy.
Yeah, Pearl Jam's good.
You know, like I think I gravitated to them fairly quickly, but at the same time, I think part of it is that they were around. Like, I don't think I'm remembering like right at the beginning. I think right at the beginning I was Nirvana.
Yeah.
Like, and then Pearl Jam came out, and it was like I went over there, and then boom, Nirvana was over, and then that was it.
Do you know what band I was listening to today that kind of gets lumped in with like that like grunge or end of grunge era? Oasis.
Okay.
And
I wouldn't. They're not grunge at all.
Oh no, but they're like kind of lumped
Oasis
in with that.
Was awesome.
They're like lumped in with that
Oasis.
scene of music because like the same time grunge was happening.
I'll fight somebody. I swear. I'm not gonna physically fight somebody really, but I'll verbally spar with somebody who says Oasis is not good.
Yeah, well, they were like in the Britpop era,
They
but they
were
consider themselves not
great.
Britpop. They kind of,
I don't think they are.
but they were kind of like an extension of what was happening in like
They
music. Yeah.
were
Yeah.
not like anything we had at the time.
Yeah.
They were their own thing for sure. Like
Yeah.
their music was different.
Yeah.
And that's what was great about them is that they came out of nowhere, or they came here out of nowhere, and bam, like it was like a really nice, different sound, but it just fit a different spot. Like it was like a vacant little spot that they just kind of slipped into because they weren't grunge. Because we had the grunge.
Remember the Beatles?
Well,
they're like that's kind of like their music. It's
well, no,
they were like the newer Beatles. They were kind of like
for Beatles 2.0 for sure, and they even admit, like they fucking looked like them. Like
look the mop top.
Yeah, you're not gonna get away from it, but they really fit in there. They parked right in between grunge, pop. Because their songs were poppy, like not like sound wise, but like they weren't hard.
They had a hook to them. Yeah.
They had a hook for sure. Like Wonderwall, man. Like and what a like that band or Champagne Supernova. Like those are their big ballad. That's a big ballad, right?
Yeah.
But like, what a band! Like that guy would do shows and fucking not play Wonderwall. Like he would just say, "Fuck it, I'm not doing it." Like what an asshole! Like,
well, the thing I watched their
like people buy the ticket and go specifically to see these guys play their songs, and you don't hear it the whole normal act. So or set. So you think, okay, it's an encore song. And then he doesn't do it, and you're like, the fuck? And it's just that he's fucking tired of playing it. It's like, what an asshole! Like, and that's the kind of guy like you're dealing with there.
No, did you ever watch the Supersonic documentary? Where it's like how they started.
No.
Basically, they like the brothers. I think it was Liam who had the band kind of starting. And Noel was like basically like he's like, you guys are shit. Let me. And he basically like made him join the band because he made fun of him so much or something. Basically, he was like he's like, I can make you guys better. And he was more like the songwriter for the band, but like it was like that was
actually,
like
I think maybe
so they were always kind of like they were always at odds.
And
so it was like always going to be
and
a
they're
thing.
brothers, so
and
they're
bitching. So they were always going to hate each other. But it was like from the very beginning, like how the band started. It wasn't like, hey man, cool music. I'm gonna join your band.
I heard
like,
they talk though. Like I know that people said they were like don't talk, and there was a falling out. But I heard that they do. Like they do.
There's just no way they're gonna get back together. Probably, and do something.
I know one of them, Liam.
Yeah.
I think he's always said like we could do it. One of them's always said like I think like it's open, like we just have to talk about that, but we don't, because like I guess there was a thing where everybody's like, oh, they were together, and he was like, we're always meeting like for family stuff or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But
that's kind of interesting.
It's not band stuff, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's.
I think one of the times they broke up, I don't know which one it was, but the other one left, and then they just went into the crowd and watched them play, and they heckled them the whole time. I think it was Noel Gallagher did that to Liam Gallagher.
Yeah, they're well. I saw them live.
So they're just it's just funny. They're just like funny guys. Like they could be comedians.
I had their albums, the CDs. You know, like all I was in. Yeah, they were good. And you know what? They're the one group I'd say I don't know. And like before Guns N' Roses reunited now, everybody would say no way.
Yeah.
No way in hell. But now that Guns N' Roses is back together, I'm like, yeah, there's a chance, but they haven't been broken up long enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's not like Rage Against the Machine, how they're like every 10 years they get back together for like a show or something.
Or a new album.
Yeah. It's like one of those things where you're like, yeah, but they'll probably get back to money.
But that's what it is. Like, they make money and then they go, fuck, all right, like, we're done. And then they go, 8 years later on a tour, go generate 20 million each. But that would be big. Oasis coming back, that'd be a big deal.
Do you remember the Guns N' Roses thing? How it was like Dr. Pepper was going to give away money if they didn't make that a Chinese democracy or something.
I don't remember anything with Dr. I'm a GNR guy, and I don't remember Dr. Pepper doing that.
There was some because it was the whole joke that when it was just like
it was 8 years
when Axl Rose was taking so long to make that,
or 12 years,
yeah, they were like, if they doesn't do it in this year, we're gonna give everybody in America Dr. Pepper. I don't remember if it actually happened. I think
he does it.
Oh no, they're like if he.
Why would you say if he doesn't?
Oh, I forget how. Actually, I'm totally forgetting how it worked now.
I think it was if he does put it out.
Yeah, and I think he did. So I think everyone was owed
2012.
It might have been
2011. I bought it,
but there was a whole. But I think it was more of an American.
I
thing.
bought it.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Do you think they perform any of that music on their tour right now?
That's a good question.
Does Slash have to learn that? He's got to learn some Buckethead riffs or something. That'd be kind of funny.
You know what? That's a good question. I don't know. There was a couple songs that I actually dug off that album. The rest were forgettable. Like he was trying. He tried.
Yeah.
But there was a couple, and there's a couple with some good hooks or good riffs. I think one of them was Shackler's Revenge or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
I like Slash's other band. I kind of felt bad for Slash. I thought he didn't really need it, you know?
Which Slash's Snake Pit or
the
Velvet
Conspirators.
Revolver?
Like Slash and what's his name and the Conspirators? Like what's the guy from Alter Bridge? The Miles Kennedy? Him and Miles Kennedy, they got a pretty good band. Like when it's his solo project with Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, they got some pretty good stuff. And at some point I was like, yeah, he seems to be doing like the best out of all of them, right?
See, for sure. He was Velvet Revolver.
Yeah, and that kind of failed though too.
Well, it was Scott Weiland and him.
But the first album,
but that was like a bit of a mega. I saw them live. They were great.
Yeah, apparently they wrote a lot of that stuff before they had nailed down a lead singer. So they wrote Slither and some of these other tracks. They just them and him and Duff and the other guy. What was the other one? Izzy or maybe it wasn't that one. But anyway, or Matt Sorum. Basically, the old Guns N' Roses minus Axl Rose got together and wrote all these songs, and they were like, we're just going to audition singers now. And then they got lucky. They said that they got Scott Weiland, but then he was a disaster. And then it didn't get any better.
He was.
Yeah.
I heard he was a mess.
Yeah. So they came in sober, and then by the end of it was not so sober. So.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with them because as far as I know, they were all clean.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But they were good. I enjoyed them. I thought Velvet Revolver was.
Yeah.
I liked that little comeback or that little group.
Yeah.
But then that ended, and then the GNR's back, right?
I read Slash's book.
I read it too.
There's a lot of I was doing better, but then heroin.
No, I know.
It's he almost gets out every time, and then he's like, I stopped doing heroin, but then I got on prescription medication. He was starting to snort I don't know, some sort of opium or something or opium kind of drug. You just kind of felt bad. 'Cause you just know it's it's got to be rough because he's never not gonna have.
They were known as the most dangerous band in the world.
Yeah.
And is it like that anymore? Because now, this is the thing.
There's some fucked up stories from that book.
I don't think kids now or young people understand what these bands were doing and what they brought when they came to to town or the environment.
Yeah.
When GNR would go and rock out somewhere and there'd be 100,000 people at a festival and it's only them. It's for them. They're headlining.
That one time in Detroit they didn't play and they burned the city down almost. But like, there's a really good story in the
Montreal, they had a riot.
Oh,
The GNR, there was a riot there. I think
Yeah.
Vancouver had a riot or a mini riot.
Yeah.
They they would riot if GNR, but GNR was so fucked up
Mm.
that just getting them on the stage
Yeah. It was,
and having them play like it shows you like you watch live like they've got GNR. One of the concerts is filmed or one of their videos, and it's from the live concerts. And Slash is so out of it, like he's so messed up, either drunk or he's on something. This is when they were in the middle of everything,
yeah.
and he's there, and his cigarette falls in
Oh.
between his belt buckle and his body because you got the big belt buckles, right? But it's
Yeah.
like right up on him. He's got no shirt on.
Yeah.
And
I think I've
he's
seen that.
and he's just playing, man. And you're like, I think his cigarette just fell, and yeah, it burned the shit out of him. Like, but he's numb. Like he's so fucked up.
Yeah.
That-
Remember there was a story from the book where he's talking about how they used to live in their storage gear space. They had like a storage unit, and they like lived in it, and they were like two of them were both banging chicks at the same time, and the one dude kind of like accidentally pulled out and came on someone's leg.
No, I don't remember that.
And then so this is the story I remember because he's like one of the guys one of the guys pulled out and like came on the other guy.
This is the story you remember out of
by
this
accident? No, it's just funny because then he's like I remember at that point Izzy said, "Man, we gotta get a place." I'm just like it just stuck in my mind as like the most ridiculous story because it just seemed like how did that become a thing?
I read his after I read Axel's.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
I don't think
Axel's is a good read.
that story didn't have much to do with Axel, but like I think that one his was more tipped to like he didn't trash Axel. He's kind of said that like we went separate ways and like he kind of took the band name. And we felt a little bit betrayed, but like I moved on. But this is probably written from like after like 10 or 12 years that way after, right?
Well, Axel, I can't remember when his came out, mid 2000s,
Yeah, I don't think I picked that one up.
and I'll lend it to you if I can find it. But it was good, and he doesn't really trash anybody. Like he says, like there's a little bit of like it's coming from his side. So like you're obviously thinking he's thinking like I thought this was the plan, and then this guy
I was
basically
just trying to be serpentine,
Basically, from what I could get from it was he basically is blaming whoever Slash started dating, who was like a manager or something of Slash. Like he basically from what I took it, he didn't blame Slash. He said that this person got like into Slash's world,
Right.
and then things started changing.
Yeah, well,
And
he was
then
on
all of a sudden,
he was on the
like,
heroin a lot. Yeah.
He said it was this girl Slash hooked up with, like a wife or a girlfriend. Anyways,
yeah.
it's a good read. And then I think the craziest thing though is what band now would you ever hear that the lead singer calls up the girlfriend of one of the band members to get fucked and record the fucking audio and put it on a song? How crazy is that?
I don't know who did that.
Axl Rose.
Oh, he did that on what
He
song?
banged one of the guy's girlfriends. Not Slash's. I can't remember which.
This
guy.
is like a later Guns N' Roses
No.
thing, or just his solo thing, or something.
No. This was like Appetite for Destruction.
Oh,
It's
really?
Rocket Queen.
That's from that.
So that's the last
Okay,
song on the album. There's
Yeah.
a girl on it.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah.
Like moaning or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, apparently the story that nobody could confirm,
Yeah.
but I think it did get confirmed, is that he talked one of the dude's girls into doing it, so he banged her or something. They recorded the thing and put it on the album.
That's pretty
And
good.
it's a guy's girlfriend. Like,
Yeah.
who does that? Like,
That's funny.
that's what these guys were doing.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is turning into a GNR podcast.
Then they became a piano-based band.
Every band becomes piano based eventually.
November Rain.
The Illusions were good, man. Illusion 1 and 2 is not
I really like
those
November
albums
Rain,
aren't
but
bad.
they went really
November Rain's a good time.
they went
Good
like a
song.
little far from their whole route, of danger and destruction. A lot of white doves and stuff. They went two white
They
doves.
did, but it was good.
It was done well, yeah.
It was good. Like they.
I love that solo in the open field, It's pretty good.
the church.
When he's like comes out of the church,
Is that the church?
Plays in the
Yeah.
open field after that. It's like walks out.
It's
good shit.
Don't Cry, November Rain. There's a lot of good tunes on that double album.
Civil War. Is that one of
Yeah,
those songs?
Civil War.
good,
Yeah,
yeah.
Civil War's there. I'm not going to count Knocking on Heaven's Door because that's a
Bob
cover.
Dylan?
Yeah, that's a cover. But they did a great job with it.
Yeah.
But they did a lot of one-offs too. Like people don't realize, like at that point they were immense. So like they were getting hit up for like commercials, movies, one off here, one off there.
Yeah.
Like the Bond, like
Live or Let Die.
right.
But also, I think Patience wasn't on an album.
Patience is a huge song. Patience is a great song.
They did that in between. I think it was like a.
It's a great like,
It's like
these
a
guys,
single or something. Yeah.
But they were just writing great songs, which is why I know they tour again. I would love for them to write new music together, like Axl Rose and Slash. I would love to see them together now to write music and produce an album. Because it's been so long. Like, give us something new. Like, you know, because I don't count his solo stuff. Like,
Remember when we were not together?
it's a country album.
It's like
It's a fucking country album.
play it Slash. Bida-dee, bada-bing, bada-bing. And it's like, what the fuck?
He's picked up the banjo.
They've gone real heartland.
I don't know, but I'd like to see that. And then I don't know. So yeah, the 2020's here. I'm good.
Yeah, I have goals. I mean, one of my other goals is like to get a presence on YouTube. Get the videos flowing, get things happening for myself and Murray here.
I'm around. I'm just around.
Yeah,
We're around. There's things happening.
I'm gonna try to make it happen and get more of a net friend.
We haven't had
presence.
enough time to do what we want to do, but now there's time.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna move in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm seeing many more evenings and maybe more things.
Yeah. So we're gonna come with the other stuff too. It's just we gotta find time to figure that out, right?
Yeah, we're looking into hologram technology.
Could put a friend of ours right here.
Hi, Kevin.
Kevin, like maybe a giant floating head.
Yeah, he'd be like a good floating head, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
In this program with like the 10 things he says.
Yeah.
It's like sex robots,
Yeah.
motorcycles,
Guns.
handguns. He's like Instagram models,
Perfect tens.
incels.
No, yeah, that's I miss Kev. I haven't seen him in a while. I know he's busy too. And he's got a thing going on right now, right?
Yeah, he has a podcast that I was on and I coughed a lot.
Yeah, he's doing something over there.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, it's I gotta hook up with him or all of us and get something going. I know a few people have asked me about that, and then yeah, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot for this one, even though it's been a little while. Other than 2020 and some movies I'm looking forward to, and sports is sports. I don't want to get into that. Other than before we maybe sign off here, is have you heard about the cheating scandal in Major League Baseball? I know that there's a couple people that are like baseball that
Is this something to do with
watch
like
us.
a wire by chance?
It ended up with a wire
Yeah.
or something with a wire.
I think I've heard about this.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
Some guy didn't want to take his shirt off, and they're like, "What's up with that?"
that's right. Yeah.
And and he had the weirdest excuse saying, "Oh, my wife wouldn't like if I showed my,
Yeah.
body
Oh
off."
no, I got in trouble. And then somebody went on his Instagram,
Yeah.
and he's like, within like 2 seconds, there's like 7 pictures of the guy without his shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, come on, like he obviously doesn't give a shit. Like that's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Well, there was some other guy from another series, and they were like, he had like they showed his shirt, different. Not the guy who won the hit, but there was someone else on the team, and he had something.
Altuve's the guy.
It was
with
pretty
the whole
visible,
rub,
like
yeah.
something taped to his
No,
shoulder,
they
and like
both did.
no, but like they actually had the picture of the guy with the one from the interview, so they kind of proved
I
it.
saw that. Yeah.
So there's like, and then there's like there was some like unknown source who was posting on Twitter about it, who like fully disclosed all this stuff and was saying that they were like a cousin or something, or I don't know.
There
what
was
it
a girl account,
yeah.
and it said it was the niece.
Oh yeah, niece.
of
Yeah.
Carlos Beltran, who became the manager of the New York Mets,
Yeah.
who was a player, and she said that the team was cheating,
Yeah.
and that all of it was true. That at first they had set up their own camera in the outfield to look at the signs that the catcher gives the pitcher to throw, to tell him what pitch to throw. And then there was people in the dugout that could see this TV monitor that would then bang on a garbage. So you can hear it too. Fuck, it's very obvious that there's something going on here.
Oh, I thought the thing was the wire
That's
had.
later.
Oh, but then the wire has like a signal where you can like.
That's later.
Like
At
so many-
first, it was banging. You can watch games and you can hear it, and there it is, and then nope, and then yep, and the pitches match the bangs. Like you're like, fuck yeah, they're cheating. And
Yeah.
once you know what you're listening for, you can hear it.
Yeah.
But then playoffs came, and it's too loud. You can't hear it. So that's when the accusation, which is pretty true, is they were taping somewhere on their body a device, and it was buzzing. It was a buzzer that they were getting signals instead of bangs. It was buzzing. So, and like the statistics fucking indicate that they were cheating. Like fuck, at home.
At home, they're
The
way
whole
better,
team's
yeah.
batting great. Like everybody, like the top players are still great, but they're hitting like 350.
Yeah.
You know, all this like fuck. They're laying off pitches that look great that people would have for sure they're gonna swing at. On the road, swinging at those pitches, batting averages of like 143.
Yeah.
Now, how can you? I mean, you're a sports guy.
You know you gotta root for the home
There's no
team, right?
way you're having that. After that, yeah. So baseball suspended 3 managers because one was a manager, one was a bench coach who became a manager
Yeah.
in Boston, who they're also being investigated for cheating because apparently this guy Alex Cora was like the ringleader of it all, and the New York Mets manager. So 3 managers got suspended, and the GM of the Houston Astros also got suspended for a year. So all of those clubs that they all work for all fired them. So all 4 of those guys lost their jobs, but none of the players got in trouble.
Not yet.
No.
Maybe one guy with his wife.
Guy won a World Series though.
Yeah, he's
Now,
still bringing
knowing that they cheated, should they lose the championship? Should the league, should baseball say, you didn't win, so we're taking your championship away?
Would
Like,
that mean
they
that they'd
won,
have
but
to
they
default
cheated.
give it to the other team, or there'd just be no
I
winner?
wouldn't.
Or you know who they should give it to?
You got to win it, right? I
They should
wouldn't
give it to just one person.
Los Angeles Dodgers are the team that lost twice,
Uh-huh.
and they're saying they should get it, but I wouldn't give it to them because I'd say you didn't win it.
You know who I think they should give it to as a placeholder? Barry Bonds. Just one guy.
Just here you
If
go.
he's going to be an asterisk, and then that scale, why not give it to the biggest one?
Well, have you heard the Houston Astros, what their new name is?
The
The Houston Asterix.
what?
Asterix.
Oh, asterisk. Oh, okay, gotcha. I was like ass something.
No, yeah, because like they're gonna have to say they're gonna have to put something in there. Saying,
Yeah.
like this, because like realistically, this is like probably the biggest scandal.
For,
Like people want to say like, oh, steroids, like the was
Yeah.
a big thing.
Yeah.
But that was guys being able to hit the ball, like cheating in a way of individual. Like I still got to hit the ball. I still got to run. I still got to do it all on my own.
Yeah.
You know, This is a technology. Like, I know you're throwing a fastball. I know you're throwing a curveball or an off-speed pitch. So
And
I
that's
know
like a team-wide cheating thing too. 'Cause
that's
most,
right.
Yeah, most guys who did steroids, it wasn't like
But a
on the
pitcher-
request of the team. It was like, I'm gonna get some steroids or some HGH and go for it.
But
you
a
know?
pitcher that's good could still win, or like you could still. There was, they didn't know what was coming,
Yeah.
and like you could defend against it. Like you can defend against cheating within the game, like sign stealing and other kinds of cheating happens, but the other team can do it too. Like load the ball up with fucking bullshit, and you can do it too. Where this is somebody that's using home field advantage with a camera and a buzzer. There's no defending that. Like as a team playing them, I have no way of stopping this. I also in that moment have no way of doing it to them. So I'm at a very big disadvantage. I would say it's way worse than anything to do with steroid era. I would say it's probably worse. And then they want to say gambling, like Pete Rose and people gambling on the game. No, this is way worse.
It's way worse than
And
when
I would say-
Gretzky high-sticked Doug Gilmore.
Nothing's worse than that. But it goes back to when the Chicago White Sox took money from gamblers or from the mob to lose the 1918 or
19, I think.
1919 World Series, right?
Is that right? And they haven't.
And lose it,
Yeah.
and they did. But and all of those players were suspended for life.
Who was the
From
famous
baseball.
guy from that? It was like Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson,
Yeah.
yeah. But because they say he took the money, but he didn't try to lose, and he still hit like 300 and hit home runs and stole bases, and that he did it because he needed the money, but like he went along with it, but he was trying to win.
Yeah.
But there's no proof, right? It's a romantic story about him.
Plus, he's shoeless.
Well, apparently back then he would take his shoes off in the outfield during a game, during the games every now and then, and he would play on the outfield without shoes. He would run barefoot in the outfield.
That's kind of fun.
He said he liked the feel of the grass.
Oh. Like Bobby Orr never wore socks in his skates.
I think a lot of guys don't.
Really? In hockey? I always thought that was like an odd thing about him.
Nah, I think that I played with guys that didn't wear socks.
Oh, okay.
It's weird.
I've always worn
Like
socks.
I tried it once and I didn't like it. So
Yeah, I did that with rollerblades once, and like
I found my feet
got some blisters. Yeah, your feet sweat and you kind of move it a bit. If they're not fitted all the way properly, your feet kind of slip in a little bit, like on the sides. So don't feel totally secure.
I
But
don't
yeah.
know. So, just to wrap up the baseball thing, I think that the Astros are the worst scandal in the history of baseball, and players should be suspended. But that's my thing.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. I think it's terrible, and Houston as a city should be punished. I don't know.
Punish the city.
Punish them.
Unleash the Joker on them.
You know what? For like a whole year, know what your punishment should be? For a whole year, they have to like switch professional teams. So like their football team has to play baseball, and their baseball team has to play football.
I was gonna say they can't eat anything but the same sandwiches.
What about all that great steak there? They just have to eat broccoli.
Broccoli's too good for them.
That's too good.
They'll all be healthy.
You heard that, Alvarez?
They'll be too healthy.
Yeah.
On a broccoli diet, that's got to be good.
But no protein, nothing else.
They'll figure
just
something
brocs.
out, man. They'd figure something
What about
out.
the stems of the broccoli? Broccoli stems.
That's you know what? That's the broccoli stem soup.
That's it. No salt.
No salt. Salt-free stock. Done.
Just it's just like the water they string out from the broccoli is what you have to make the soup with.
I like it.
It's very plain.
I don't mind that. So, On that note, is
And they
there
all
anything
and they all
else?
also for that whole next year they can't wear cups.
I
And you
don't
get to,
think.
and you get to toss it at their bean bags every once in a while. That's what I would do.
I'd toss it at them anyways.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we should cover, or you think we got something in the can for tonight? And,
Yeah, I think this is
know?
a good welcome back to evenings. You know, it's like we covered some good stuff today. Health issues. Go to the doctor. Don't let them. Don't diagnose yourself. Don't touch things on the subway.
Don't touch things on the subway is probably the most important safety tip we're gonna give you today.
If you ever get a chance, listen to some Oasis and some Guns N' Roses.
You listen to some Guns N' Roses and Oasis,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
You don't need this new nonsense.
Just stack those up, and then if you're a professional baseballer, don't wear a wire.
Or do it.
Yeah. Just don't get caught if you're a Toronto Blue Jay.
Fuck.
We don't need that.
I'll take a championship, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, it'd be weird if we won a championship. What if they were just using... What if they're using, like, the Jumbotron for some, like, nefarious shit? That'd be kind of funny.
What if you remember a couple years ago they thought there was a guy in a white suit or a white shirt, like a white dress shirt out in center field?
Was he just like a
relaying
senior...
signs?
Was he just a senior citizen who wore white?
No,
bro?
there could have been something weird going on.
When I was there,
There could have been something weird going on.
When I was there, there's this guy who's got a really big glove. It's like funny. He made this glove. It's like a giant Rawlings glove. And it's like a tourist attraction.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when he's like guys like when he brings the glove out, people love it. And it's like this giant glove. And
Really?
It's
I
like,
haven't
I'm
seen
like,
it.
that's where you're hiding the signs. Maybe I don't know.
The glove.
The glove is a
Just
cheating.
raise the glove.
The glove is a cheating device of some sort.
Raise the glove.
Whoa. Yeah.
There's lots of ways. Like, fuck, man. I don't know how to do it, but they have the they've countered it in certain ways. Like there's like a 15-second delay and stuff on videos, but anyways,
Yeah. Did you have a good evening tonight?
I did. It's good to be back. It's we got to fit back in. It's our first time back. We're just saying hello.
Yeah.
So we'll
And this is how we say goodbye. Good evening, everybody. Good night.
good evening.